Hi, this is Deborah Danielson. Welcome to the Rebel Podcast. Sebastian Bales is a prominent American social media influencer and content creator. He is best known for his engaging comedic lip sync videos on TikTok. He was born in Los Angeles and has over 12 million followers alone on TikTok, where his content often features humorous takes on everyday situations, relatable skits, or challenges. And what I find fascinating about Sebastian and what I admire about him is his tenacity, his ability to overcome and to look at life with a sense of humor. If we all had that talent, we would all be a lot happier. So today we're going to learn more about how Sebastian keeps his good sense of humor, how he looks at life, but more importantly, what's he doing now? We're going to catch up with him at his home in Palm Springs, California, where we have our co-host, Waylon Carney, right there with him, and we're going to learn all about his current endeavors. What's he doing? How's he doing it? And how has he invested in himself to make his American dream come true? Hey, Sebastian, how are you?
Hello. Hi, how are you?
I am doing great, and I love your nose, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, with your nose, it's like a year. I mean, it's not.
It
It's
really
not, I
does
think
take
I'm.
like a year, like
Yeah.
a full year
Oh,
to
yes,
recover.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Dr. Nassif and Dr. Dubrow are amazing. I love their office. I love how everybody's always in a decent mood and
Yeah.
they treat you really nice. I have never been to another doctor's office where the people were so professional and so nice all the time.
I know. Absolutely.
You talk a little bit about how you became an influencer. I think it was kind of like a shock. It was like you were probably doing your own thing, minding your own business, and sharing your sense of humor. And
Mhm.
then probably it just blew up and went big. Is that what happened?
Yeah. It's really crazy how the whole situation of me becoming an influencer happened. I didn't have a lot of friends growing up, and I was an only child. With that, I became very bored and would look for outlets to entertain myself. Obviously, I'm a confused child too. So I'm not really getting along with the kids in the neighborhood. I don't like to play sports. I'm not like that. So I ended up really falling in love with editing, and I will never forget it. I begged my parents for a MacBook to like edit on iMovie and whatnot. I got my MacBook, started editing, and I there was this platform called Musically. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if you're familiar with it, but it's now obviously TikTok.
Yeah.
ByteDance bought it out and converted it to TikTok, which is a whole other journey that I would like to tap into as well. On Musically, everyone was lip syncing on the platform, and there wasn't really a space for kind of original comedy content. And that's who I was deep down. Like my soul loves comedy. I love to laugh. I love making people laugh. And I ended up taking audios from Vine. I don't know if you're familiar with that either.
No,
It's like a
I
six
didn't
second
even hear
app.
about it.
Yeah, so that was a whole right before Musically there was Vine. But anyhow, besides the fact, I would take funny audios from that, put it into Musically, do green screens, all this crazy editing, and it happened so fast. I started posting my first video back in 2016. And within 2 to 3 weeks, I had about 100,000 followers on the
Oh
platform
my
Wow.
God, that's
because
great.
I stood out and I did something different and I went outside the box.
Yes.
And I think that people at the company really saw that and I think, pushed me on there. And I was like, at the time of verification was a crown, which is like this like crown thing on your profile picture. I don't even know. But if you got the crown, anybody who downloaded the app was like automatically following all the crown people. So that's how I gained a mass following at a very young age at 16 years old overnight.
Wow.
And it was insane. And that's kind of how that took off.
Wow, that's great. I love it. I figured it was accidental, just like just like anything that most people do that's different. You go
Hmm.
into it and you're believing in yourself and you want to do something for fun and you're not really thinking about having 100,000 followers or
Yep.
12 million followers, you know. You're just like having a good day, right?
Hmm.
Well, you
So,
became known as Orange Man, is that?
That's on the TikTok journey, which is a whole other chapter
Okay.
of my life.
so how was your evolution? I mean, TikTok has been through a lot of changes too. They've now got a whole division called Sound On that handles music, and then they've got TikTok. And tell me how you have evolved since TikTok has been evolving.
First off, have to say TikTok is a massive ecosystem. It is insane to see like what it is from what it was 5 years ago when it first launched. And so when I started on TikTok, I was kind of doing the same thing that Musically was because we didn't really know what the platform was. And actually, a lot of the big top musers, as they were called before it transferred, they kind of left the platform because they thought, oh, this app is going to die out. There's no way that this platform is going to really take off. They didn't believe in it. They thought the name was dumb. And it's crazy to think where it is, though. But I still stuck with it. Stayed so loyal to the company. They really, I guess, like honored that and rewarded me for it. I was the first, and I actually don't want to say this like with like an ego, but I really truly was the first viral TikToker on TikTok.
Wow, that's
And
Yeah,
amazing.
that's incredible.
it sounds insane. So what happened was I posted a video on accident, again, another mistake. And I had this awful spray tan. And I had the flash in front of me, and I was doing like the song is called, I don't even know what the name of the song is, but it goes like L is for the way you look at
Oh,
me.
yes,
Oh,
yes. A
you can find
classic.
it
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
you Google it. It's so embarrassing. It's so cringy. But I did that video. That was one of the videos, and it went viral. It was all over Twitter, and they're like, "Where's this? Where is this?" And they're like, "Oh, it's on this platform, TikTok." And it brought a ton of people from Twitter, and Instagram, and YouTube all over the world, like all of these platforms all over, to TikTok. And I blew up, and I became huge in India because at the time, I don't
Yes.
know why, but India was one of the biggest demographics of TikTok in the very beginning ages.
Mhm.
And so I had this huge following. I had billboards in India. I unfortunately never went, and I really wish I did because I think if I went, I can't even imagine
Just
like
be in your face at a
and
moment.
all the people probably would surround me. Like I was like one of the most famous people
Yeah.
in India.
You're like
It was so
Britney
weird.
Spears in
Yeah,
India.
yeah, literally.
I
Um,
love it. And you would stand out, you know.
oh yeah. I like
Yes.
stood out. I think I wore blue contacts. That was a big, I don't even know how to put it into words, but people would be like, does he really have blue eyes? And then I would be seen with brown eyes. And it was like this whole thing, but I wore contacts. And I think it wasn't an insecurity of mine, but I think I just wanted to change so much about me to feel confident about myself.
Yeah.
And wearing the blue contacts just gave me that confidence. With me changing my appearance, everyone talked about it. Everyone was like sharing it online. And so I just ended up becoming this big influencer for my horrible spray tan, my bright blue contacts, my platinum hair, which I still love. And I ran with it. Everyone started calling me the orange guy, comparing me to Donald Trump. And
Oh my God. Now that's an insult.
I know. But the thing is like, I just take the negative and I try to turn it into a positive, and
Yeah.
I run with it. You can laugh at me, but really don't like the term saying this laughing all the way to the bank, but I really was because,
Right.
I was doing well.
And that's
Yeah.
perfect. And I love that. And, you know, to me, that's an inspiration for other people to go ahead and be yourself and be whatever you feel that you've got down inside of you. Just let it go because
Yeah.
people want genuine people to follow and to listen to because it gives them confidence too.
When you can connect with genuine people.
You relate and you're like, oh, I want to be like that. And I can't tell you. So, where I'm working at right now, people can't wait to go to break, whip out their phones and find something funny because they want to laugh. You know, they need a break. And
It's
so,
an escape from reality.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So, what you provided was a good public service.
Yeah, you're helping.
I love it.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, at the end of the day, that's always my biggest thing. I have a huge heart, and it's sad that everyone has kind of, you know, a lot of people in the past have really changed the narrative of things and made me to look like an awful person. I'm sure if people don't know who I am and they Google me, there's going to be some nasty things out there that really are not true and story completely spun into a different direction. Um, but at the end of the day, I think I'm a good person and I have like a really big
I
heart and I
agree.
love helping people. Like that's my biggest goal in life is to just help people.
And see, that's very admirable because some people can't handle fame at all. And when they do get famous or they have a little bit of success, then they want to, look around at other people and say what they're not. And to me, that's really mean-spirited. You have been blessed to bless other people. And I would rather go overboard maybe being too nice than to be an ass. I mean, let's face it, we got enough of those in the world, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some bigger than others.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? Being an influencer on TikTok, so that's kind of like the way you got started. Then you evolved into your YouTube channel, which has been wildly successful.
Yes.
And
And
what format do you like better? Do you like YouTube and being able to do short stories or vlogs, or do you prefer just making people laugh?
it's really hard to like pinpoint just a platform that I love most because every platform has its perks, pros, and cons. Um, I love YouTube for being able to really tell a story and have people get engaged and watch that long form or short form. But on the other hand, for me, YouTube has also caused me a lot of stress and trauma in my life. People don't know that when I was doing my YouTube videos, I would literally pull an all-nighter every single night to edit them, and it has affected my sleep. To this day, I still have really horrible sleeping issues. I love YouTube for what it is, but it's also caused me so much like health complications for myself
Um,
because of how hard it is to post on YouTube. People think that it's a simple vlog, but there's so much editing that goes into it.
Right.
And my audience is really young.
Mhm.
And with that, you have to have lots of bright colors, things popping all around, audios, and just a lot of overstimulation in a sense.
Yeah.
I love TikTok because I feel like it's kind of pulls back the layer of perfection and uh, not over editing, but the production into it. And I feel like I'm able to do just funny things and be in the moment. And I love TikTok for that. And then there's Instagram, where Instagram, I feel like you have to be so perfect, which I think now they're really trying to change that with the reels and trying to make it like TikTok. But the essence of Instagram has always been very superficial, showing off the best highlights of everything
Right.
and trying to be as perfect as possible. So I
Right.
don't love Instagram. Anyways, that's my whole take on like social media, but I do love all of them. But I would definitely say TikTok is still to this day my favorite platform.
I love TikTok because I feel like you can be a little bit quirky and it's okay. People like the quirkiness. But on
Mhm.
YouTube, people to me, editing is everything. Editing takes so much time and you have to keep coming up with new ideas and to keep people interested and engaged and so forth. And I think too, when I look at the TV side now and people most of the executives, they just want to stream now. They want to do streaming, cheap programming. And I'm not
Yeah.
trying to make that sound bad. I'm just, it's the reality of the economics and where we are now, right?
There is a actually with the whole streaming thing, there's a huge big transition. I'm obviously not going to say exactly what network, but there's a lot of transition with the networks that are having to figure out a way to pivot into the streaming world. And they think a lot of people probably think, oh, they're making so much money off these subscriptions, but they're actually making far less than what they were making with cable network and all the advertisers on there. And so it's been really difficult for a lot of these networks to be as profitable as they once were. And so they've had a lot of layoffs on a lot of these networks, and it's really
Yes.
sad.
A lot of the people that are on the shows have taken pay cuts because
Yes.
of this new transition into technology.
Budgets.
And so, if you can come up with an ingenious format that captivates audiences, you could get quite wealthy right now, you
I
know?
know it's an untapped space if you're figuring out. I mean, someone's out there to create, I don't know what it is, but something to simplify it because it's kind of ridiculous to go from this platform to that platform and look at all the channel or all the categories in there. And before we had the cable and it was just you click through the channels and made it super simple. Like there's got to be a way where we can have the streaming, make it affordable for people, but also profitable for everybody. Make it simple for people.
It's got to be simple. I don't like cable at all.
I don't either.
They force you to have channels that, you
You
know,
don't want.
Yeah.
so why
Yeah.
do I have 180 channels and most of them, it's just like, why can't I just pick the channels I like? Well, because
Yeah.
people would go out of business. And I said, well,
Mhm.
maybe they need to. I mean, I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be mean, but if they don't really have an audience, maybe you should rethink how your economics are here, right?
Right.
All right. So now we've talked about you being an influencer, and then you grew into doing the YouTube and some other social media. Let's talk about what you're doing today because you have really taken all your skill sets and I think kind of maximize them, bringing them forward to do some new things. So let's talk about what you're doing in real estate, for example.
First off, I just got my real estate license about 4 months ago, so I'm freshly into the industry, which is super exciting. I'm proud of myself.
Congratulations.
It's a lot of studying. And prior to that, I got my NMLS license, and that is for mortgage lending and pretty much anything to do with finance. Like I could even use that for auto loans and mortgages and all sorts of business loans, all sorts of things. Um,
Wonderful.
a lot of people would think,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Yeah.
And people are probably thinking, how did you go from social media to mortgage lending and real estate? Like it's 360. Um, and to be completely frank, when I bought my first house, it was extremely hard to get me qualified. Not because I didn't have the income, but it was solely because they didn't understand my income
Uh-huh.
and what I was doing. And they're like, "Are you a drug dealer? Are you like, how are you making this kind of money? Like, this is weird where we're having to source where the funds are coming from. I have money coming in from China and all over because
Right.
ByteDance and all of it." So they were just so confused on how I make this money. And I was like trying to prove like my contracts with certain brand deals um, from like years in the past to prove my like credibility in a sense. And it was very kind of degrading to me of how I felt like I wasn't worthy enough to own a home, especially because I'm someone so young. I bought my first house at 19 years old. So, anyhow, it made me want to kind of change the industry a little bit and hopefully help other people like my friends and other colleagues in social media and acting and entertainment to help them buy a home too. Because I think it's one of the, most important things that someone can do.
Yeah.
And it's a great investment. So I worked really, really hard. I studied for 6 months for my NMLS license. It was so difficult. It was honestly one of the hardest things that I ever did, and I'm so proud of myself for passing it. And then the same thing happened again with my real estate license. So I did mortgage lending for about a year. Been in that now fully for a year, and I've learned so much, and it made me fall in love with real estate as a whole.
Mhm.
So then I was like, it's time for the real estate license. Next is the broker, but gonna
You
work
got a
towards
few
yeah,
years
I
left.
gotta
Yeah.
yeah, I gotta do a few years of my real estate and then I'll work towards that. Um, but it's super exciting and it's awesome. And I can't wait to now bring it to my social media, especially with everything going on with the show. It was a great journey for me to finally kind of close a chapter in my life and start a new one. And I'm ready and I'm excited to bring real estate along on that journey.
Excellent. So, do you see yourself on HGTV or doing a real estate program next?
I'm not gonna give away any secrets, but I am, really trying to work towards making something like that happen with whatever network, is
Mhm.
willing to pick it up. But I would love to do something within TV and real estate. So that is a goal of mine.
That is wonderful. And I think with the creativity that you have and your personality, you can make it both fun and interesting. And, I sort of got into trouble when I was watching a lot of the home improvement shows. I begin to think I could do anything.
Oh, right. I know. You're like, it looks so easy. They get it, and then with all the editing, it's so deceiving
It
of
is.
like the timeline of everything. You're like, wait, it looked like it took like 3 days.
Yes, exactly. And you don't realize how many tools you need and then it does take a lot of time, especially when you've got to learn while you're doing it. So
Oh yeah.
when you do get your little program going there, be honest about what it really
Oh,
takes.
I know. Yeah. I know. There's so much, there's a lot of, especially in real estate, there's like, I mean, we see selling sunset and everything. And I mean, that has already come out that a lot of that is not even their listings and it's crazy. It's like
Yeah.
such a facade.
It is. It's just not reality at all. It's fake.
Hmm.
So tell us now, you live in such a beautiful place, Palm Springs. I mean, to me, I go out there, every time I go out there, I fall in love with something else that I didn't even realize. But the mountains are beautiful. The desert is beautiful. What's your favorite part about living in Palm Springs?
There's so little to not love except for the heat.
Yeah, especially right
Yes.
now.
Yeah, in summer, so it is a little hot right now, but I absolutely love it. It is like a dream. It is so surreal. There's nothing like it anywhere else.
Right.
The sunsets here are unbelievable. And just also the amazing diversity of everything and being so accepted in an amazing space like that. And ultimately, to me, I think just the history of Palm Springs is my favorite part about it. There's just everything from the Marilyn Monroe like affairs to I don't know, there's like alien stuff like in the past that people were talking about and
Yeah.
the stars on downtown. It's just so cool. It's like a little Hollywood escape where you're not going
Yes.
to be like attacked by paparazzi. And a lot of people don't know that the reason why this became like Hollywood's playground was because there was, I guess, contracts with Los Angeles with paparazzi. And like Palm Springs was like that cutoff where they could not cross into that like radius to take pictures. So the Rat Pack and all these people would come out here and
Vacation.
vacation,
Be
do
themselves.
all kinds of
Yeah.
crazy stuff and escape from their, Hollywood life. Um,
Nice.
Rock Hudson having a home out here and like always coming. It's just
I
so
bet in that
amazing.
school actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's cool. Tell me, do you see yourself like staying there the rest of your life because you love it so much? And or do you think you need like a second or third home?
I definitely will for sure live here for the rest of my life. However, I don't think I'm going to be able to stay a full-time resident all year round. I would absolutely love to get a condo somewhere by the beach. I grew up by the beach, so that is a place near and dear to my heart. And I would love to be able to have an escape for the summer out there.
Absolutely. I came out and visited and we shot one of my music videos out there
Oh
during
my gosh.
during the Gay Pride Parade week. And you
That's so
know,
much fun.
we
I'm gonna have
were
to check that out.
Yeah.
I had on this huge ball gown and it was, I forget what it was that day, 110. I don't know. It was
Something like that. Yeah.
it was just crazy hot and I felt like I was literally melting. It was,
Oh yeah. And it's crazy because during that time during Pride, it's specifically done in November, which obviously most Pride is like June.
Right. Yeah.
So
It's supposed to be cooler, but last year it was so
it
hot.
was so hot, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be a cooler month in November, but it's still hot.
Yeah.
out of all the restaurants because there's so much to choose from and from a culinary perspective out there. Um, what would you say is your favorite like dive that you love to go to that's just fun, just laid back, and you could go just be yourself and hang out? What place
Mhm.
comes to mind with that?
I would have to say, oh my gosh, probably farm. It's in Palm Springs,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's like a Italian like garden. It's so cute. There's just beautiful roses everywhere. The trees, it's so relaxing and zen.
Well, and even the inside is like
It's
it's
a
like a
little
cottage.
cottage.
Yeah.
It actually is
Ooh,
an old home in downtown that was converted into a restaurant. And they have amazing chicken and waffles. So if you go, you have to get that for breakfast.
that.
You do have to wait, like they don't, it's first come, first serve. There's no reservations. So
Yeah.
you end up waiting like an hour, but it's worth it in the end. And it's so amazing. And you just, yeah, it's not like an over the top, like you don't have to dress up so much. So I think that would be the perfect kind of laid back, yummy meal, great ambiance.
And it's not touristy at all either. It's just
Mhm.
like beautiful and
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah, and so
Normal.
eclectic too. All their glasses and silverware is all like
Different.
I remember I asked and they said the owner actually anytime she like goes to an estate sale or just anywhere that she sees something that catches her eye, she picks it up for the restaurant. So nobody has the same utensils or cup at the table.
I love
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
dearly love that. So I'm glad that this lady in her restaurant is just like doing her thing. That's amazing. I'd love to go there and try it next time I come out. So just behind the scenes, just a little bit.
Okay.
When you were filming your latest show here with Dr. Dubrow and them, and you
Hmm.
did your rewind, I just want to say I thought you were magnificent. And I love the nose. The nose is looking fabulous.
Thank you.
And your hair, I must admit, when you turned your head and you did the profile, I
Yeah.
thought, oh my God, that's a movie star right there.
Oh, you're so sweet.
So, what was your favorite part about working on that show?
Okay. This isn't even filmed, wholly behind the scenes, but the number one thing for me was the food. Literally anything that you wanted, you would get. And they served you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And so they would literally just hand you a phone and go ham on the Uber Eats. Like, and I love that having no budget on, well, I'm sure they had a budget, but like really for me, like they're like, get whatever you want, whatever you need. It was just so great. I think that was probably one of my favorite things is the food.
So what was your favorite thing to order? Did you order pie or what? What did you get?
Oh, I ordered sushi all the time. I love sushi.
Yeah.
So being able to get sushi and like whenever I want sushi. And then what else did I always order? I think it was this is like so bad, but it was like Chick-fil-A. I like the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I know the mac and cheese is like
No, it is.
but
Oh my
mainly the
God.
sushi. I love the sushi. So
Sounds wonderful. It just sounds like so much fun
it
too.
was a blast.
How was the doctors to work with? Did you love them?
Yeah, I absolutely just adore and love Dr. Dubrow. He is such a sweet person. He's really down to earth. And considering like the wealth and success that they have no ego at all. And that's huge for me because I've seen people, come up real big and then come down, and an ego will destroy a career. And I stand by that. So I literally have like chills when I say that because literally, anyways, it's just so important to be grounded. And so working with Dr. Dubrow was just such an honor because I really respect him. And I love Heather from Housewives as well. So it was just kind of a surreal moment to be with them. Dr. Spirit was just very comforting. And I didn't know her personally prior to the show, but
Uh-huh.
I had a wonderful experience with her as well.
Wonderful. And thank you for taking time with us. I really appreciate that. And Waylon has just really enjoyed meeting you. I know that as well. And you really
Thank
are
you
a
for having me.
genuinely nice person. So thank you for that too. I love that you're grounded and I love that you love to make people laugh and make them have a better day.
All
So
right.
perfect. Well, I can't wait to see you in your next big endeavor. And I know you're going to be fabulous.
Awesome. And thank you for having me.
So now
Go,
I'll go and glow.
go and glow.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Go
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 and
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 glow.
glow.
glow. Bye.
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 We hope you have enjoyed this segment on Sebastian Bales. If you too have an American dream, make it happen. Don't ever give up. Remember, you can try and try and try, and one day you shall succeed. You can make your dream come true.